Imagine a tiny ant crawling on a long, straight piece of string. This ant is limited in its movement, confined to the length of the string. It can only move in two directions, forward or backward. This simple scenario helps us understand the concept of a single dimension. The ant can only move forward or backward along this string. It has no other options, no other directions to explore. This string, in essence, represents one dimension, a single line that defines its entire world. This string represents one dimension, a single line. In mathematical terms, this is known as a one-dimensional space, where only one coordinate is needed to specify a point. Now think about a ladybug on a flat sheet of paper. Unlike the ant, the ladybug has more freedom. It can explore a wider area, moving in multiple directions. It can move left or right, forward or backward on this surface. This additional freedom of movement introduces us to the concept of two dimensions. This paper embodies two dimensions, length and width. In this two-dimensional space, two coordinates are required to specify a point, giving the ladybug a plane to navigate. What about a bird flying in the sky? The bird's world is even more complex, as it can move in three different directions. The bird can move up and down, left and right, and forward and backward. This three-dimensional movement allows the bird to explore a vast volume of space. The sky, as we experience it, signifies three dimensions: length, width, and height. In this three-dimensional space, three coordinates are needed to specify a point, creating a more intricate and expansive environment. These examples illustrate the fundamental concept of dimensions. Each step up in dimensions adds a new layer of complexity and freedom of movement. In simple terms, a dimension refers to a direction or path we can move in. It's a way to describe the different possibilities of movement and positioning in space. Think of it as a way to describe the space around us. Dimensions help us understand how objects relate to each other in terms of position and movement. We use dimensions to understand the size, shape, and position of objects in our universe. They are essential for mapping out the physical world and making sense of our surroundings. From the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, dimensions are the building blocks of our reality. They provide a framework for understanding the structure and organization of everything in the universe, from the microscopic to the cosmic scale. As we delve deeper into the concept of dimensions, we also encounter higher dimensions beyond our everyday experience. These higher dimensions are often explored in theoretical physics and advanced mathematics, offering new perspectives on the nature of reality. While we may not directly perceive these higher dimensions, they play a crucial role in our understanding of the universe. They help scientists develop theories that explain phenomena beyond the reach of our three-dimensional experience. In essence, dimensions are more than just directions or measurements. They are fundamental to the fabric of the universe, shaping everything from the tiniest particles to the vast expanse of space itself. Let's revisit our ant friend on the string. From its perspective, the world is a straight line. It can move forward or backward, but it cannot move left, right, up, or down. It experiences only one dimension length. This one-dimensional world is like a thin, infinitely long thread. Imagine drawing a dot on a piece of paper. This dot has no length, width, or height. It exists only at a single point. Now, connect two dots with a straight line. This line represents one dimension. It has length but no width or height. A tightrope walker carefully balancing on a rope is a good analogy for one-dimensional movement. Now let's shift our attention to the ladybug on the paper. This ladybug lives in a two-dimensional world, a flat surface. It can crawl forward and backward, left and right. It can explore the length and width of the paper, but it cannot fly up or burrow down. It has no concept of height. Think of a movie screen. It displays images that have length and width but no depth. The characters on the screen appear to move in a two-dimensional world. Similarly, a shadow cast on a wall is a two-dimensional projection of a three-dimensional object. It has length and width, but lacks depth. A game of checkers is played on a two-dimensional board, with pieces moving across its surface. We humans experience the world in three dimensions. We can move forward and backward, left and right, up and down. Our world has length, width, and height. We can hold a ball in our hands, climb a mountain, or dive into the ocean. We are constantly interacting with a three-dimensional space. Look around you. Everything you see, from the chair you're sitting on to the walls of your room, has three dimensions. Even your own body exists in three dimensions. You can reach out your arm and touch something in front of you, or you can turn around and touch something behind you. Building a house with Lego blocks involves stacking and arranging them in three dimensions. Section 5, Beyond the Cube, a glimpse into the fourth dimension. Now let's stretch our imaginations. Picture yourself standing on the edge of a vast, unexplored territory where the rules of our familiar world no longer apply. Imagine a creature that lives in a four-dimensional world. This creature navigates a reality that is beyond our comprehension, moving effortlessly through dimensions we can only theorize about. This creature can see all three dimensions that we see, but it can also see a fourth dimension that we cannot. It perceives a richer, more complex universe where every point in our world is just a slice of a greater whole. It would be like watching a two-dimensional cartoon character trying to understand our three-dimensional world. The cartoon character can only perceive length and width, but not depth. They can only see flat shapes, while we can see their entire form. Similarly, we are limited by our three-dimensional perspective, unable to fully grasp the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is often described as time. Time is a mysterious and ever-present force that we are all subject to, yet it remains elusive and intangible. While we can move through space, the first three dimensions, we are also constantly moving through time. Every moment that passes is a step forward in this fourth dimension. Time flows forward, and we experience it as a sequence of events. Our lives are a series of moments, each one leading to the next, creating the narrative of our existence. Just like our ant friend can't imagine moving up or down, we struggle to visualize moving through time. The concept of time travel fascinates us because it challenges our understanding of reality. What if we could move through time as easily as we move through space? The possibilities are endless, and the fourth dimension holds the key to unlocking these mysteries. As we continue to explore the boundaries of our knowledge, the fourth dimension remains a tantalizing frontier, inviting us to dream, imagine, and discover. Section 6. Time as the fourth dimension. Time is often referred to as the fourth dimension, adding to the three spatial dimensions we are familiar with: length, width, and height. Think of a movie reel. A movie reel is a perfect analogy to understand this concept. Each frame of the movie is like a single moment in time. These frames, when viewed individually, are static and unchanging. When the frames are played in sequence, we perceive motion and the passage of time. This sequence creates the illusion of continuity and movement. Similarly, our lives are like a series of moments strung together. Each moment is a frame in the movie of our life. We are constantly moving from the past to the present and into the future. This movement is relentless and unidirectional. To visualize time as a dimension, imagine a timeline. This timeline represents the continuous flow of time. The past is behind you, filled with memories and experiences that have shaped who you are today. The future is in front of you, a realm of possibilities and potential that is yet to be realized. And the present is where you are right now, the only moment you can truly experience and influence. Just like we can move forward and backward, left and right, in the three spatial dimensions, up and down in space, we navigate through time in a linear fashion. We are always moving forward in time. This forward motion is a fundamental aspect of our existence. We can't go back to the past or jump to the future, no matter how much we might wish to. Just like our two-dimensional cartoon character can't suddenly gain height, we are bound by the constraints of our four-dimensional reality. Understanding time as the fourth dimension helps us appreciate the fleeting nature of each moment and the importance of living in the present. Embrace each moment, for it is a unique frame in the movie of your life, contributing to the story that is uniquely yours. The concept of dimensions doesn't stop at four. Mathematicians and physicists work with the idea of even higher dimensions, although these are much harder to visualize. These higher dimensions are thought to be curled up or hidden within the fabric of our universe, too small for us to perceive directly. Imagine folding a piece of paper into a cylinder. From afar, it looks like a two-dimensional line. But if you could zoom in close enough, you would see that it's actually a rolled-up two-dimensional surface. Similarly, some theories suggest that our universe might be a three-dimensional surface curled up within a higher dimensional space. Dimensions play a crucial role in both physics and mathematics. In physics, dimensions are used to describe the fundamental properties of the universe, such as space and time. Einstein's theory of relativity, for example, describes gravity as a curvature in the fabric of space-time, a four-dimensional combination of space and time. In mathematics, dimensions are used to describe the properties of shapes and spaces. For example, a line is a one-dimensional object, a square is a two-dimensional object, and a cube is a three-dimensional object. Mathematicians use dimensions to study everything from the geometry of circles to the topology of knots. The concept of dimensions helps us understand that space and time are not separate entities, but are interwoven into a single fabric called spacetime. Every event that occurs in the universe has both a spatial location, where it happened, and a temporal location, when it happened. Our movements through spacetime are influenced by gravity. Massive objects like stars and planets warp the fabric of spacetime, causing objects to move along curved paths. This is why planets orbit stars and why apples fall from trees. Dimensions are the fundamental building blocks of our universe, shaping everything we see and experience. From the one-dimensional line to the four-dimensional fabric of spacetime, dimensions provide a framework for understanding the structure and behavior of the cosmos. As we continue to explore the universe both through scientific observation and mathematical reasoning, our understanding of dimensions will undoubtedly deepen. Who knows what wonders await us as we delve further into the mysteries of higher dimensions and the nature of reality itself?